Hi everyone, today I am coming to you with a very honest update about my shameful debt confession journey. This is a video that I wanted to share because I want to know exactly where I am from a debt standpoint going into 2025 to make sure that I create a plan to tackle that debt. It isn't easy always putting out your financial struggles out there. However, I believe in transparency and sharing the good, the bad, and everything in between because this journey is very real and it's not always as pretty as others may make it seem. So if this is something that you're interested in, please keep watching.
See, baby, I'm debt free. Me and my family aligned to live abundantly. Just take it from me. That's how we do it. Budgets of freedom.
Welcome back to Budget to Freedom, where I discuss all things personal finance, whether that is cash stuffing, budgeting, emergency funds, savings, all things related to financial freedom. I'm also documenting my personal debt-free journey with the goal of quitting my corporate job and also becoming 100% debt-free to live a life more aligned with my mission and why I was created. So just wanting to live a more peaceful, happy, fulfilling life. So if this is something that you're interested in, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. For those of you that are new here or have not seen my shameful debt confession video, it is my very first video that I posted on my page. I will make sure to link that below in the description. But I went over my full landscape of debt. It is my second debt-free journey. In that video, I also discuss how I got back in debt. So after being laid off for 7 months, I was back in debt. In August, I came clean about my debt situation. I was juggling student loans, credit card debt, auto loan, and a medical bill. And my goal was to tackle it head on. The budget, cutting down on unnecessary expenses, doing different no spends challenges, creating side hustles to try to create more income, and then also trying to just make more money, whether that be through side hustles or from my main corporate job. So I will be using my Wealth Foundation budget planner, and this is what I also used last time to record my debt confession. Right now, my student loan does not have any interest. So I want to take advantage of that and pay that down first as much as possible, and that's also my largest loan. So that's what I have been doing. I'm just a quick recap. So I had my nail net for student loans out $29,746.13. And I had about 6 loans that I did on that video, which came to a total amount of debt of $56,509. Now, you guys, this is what I'm saying. I am being honest and transparent because I did not realize that I had left off a credit card. So I have 2 Capital One credit cards. I thought I had mentioned both of them, but when I was going through, I think it was just like a recent video that I did where I actually caught it because it was a video that was celebrating from going down from like 11,000 to 10,000 in my debt. And I realized when I looked back on my debt confession that I did not mention that credit card in that video. So I thought my total debt was $56,509, but in all reality, with adding that credit card for $11,893.52, which is my Capital One credit card, my debt came to $68,402.52. I was a little discouraged when I first seen that and realized that. But it's like, what could we do? Well, some things in life, you just have to roll with it. Try to see the positive side and then look at it from a different perspective and roll with it. So that's what I'm doing. So my current debt at the time where I did my shameful debt confession was $68,402.52. So I have been holding myself accountable by sharing my updates with you. So all my videos are sharing the steps that I'm taking through my debt-free journey, how I do my weekly cash stuffing, what I'm doing to make extra income, interviewing, try to get another job to increase my salary, how I'm cutting back on expenses. My channel is all about my debt free journey. So today I really wanted to focus on updating you all on where I am now with my debt and starting off with my student loans. So Nelnet, and I wanted to start off with this because I just made a payment on my student loans. I started off in August at $29,746.13. I am now at, you guys ready for this? This is one of my goals for this month. I am now at $19,559.11. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself for just sticking to my plan. So that was almost $10,000 that I was able to pay off since August. I am now in the teens and super excited because it just seems so much more realistic. And I can just see the vision of me paying that off before, when it was in the 100,000s and 95,000, 70,000. I just seem so hopeful, or sorry, I just seemed so hopeless. It just seemed like it was something I was never able to accomplish. So I'm very hopeful and very thankful, and I'm really proud of the progress that I have made on my student loans because it has not always been easy. So my second debt was Toyota for my auto loan, and started off in August at $11,689.35. And I am now at $10,833.52. Okay, so a little progress there. I was at 11,000 initially when I started my second debt-free journey. And so all these balances that I'm going to be mentioning now, you're not going to see that much of a payoff or progress, just because on most of these I am paying my minimum balance or minimum payment required, while I'm really putting all my money into the student loan. So sometimes I may make a payment that's a little over the minimum payment amount, but for the most part, I am just paying the minimum balance. All right, so the third debt is going to be my MasterCard, and that's my credit card. And I initially started off at $5,769.22. This is the credit card that I moved over to a zero interest credit card, and I am now at, no, I think that's the Visa. I can't remember. But anywho, I am now at $5,248.19. Okay, my Visa credit card is, I initially started off at $4,355.38. It is now at $3,913 and 70, sorry, $3,913.73. So there was a slight difference in that, for maybe $400 or $500. My Capital One, my first Capital One card. This is actually the card that I was trying to pay off. This is my lowest credit card that I was trying to pay off when I did No Spend November. I had a goal to pay off my lowest credit card. If I did not make or save enough during No Spend November, then I put it all towards student loans. So that's how I was able to get down under 20,000 to that 19,000. So for my Capital One credit card in August, it was at 2003 no, sorry, $2,677.27. It is now at $2,389.07. Okay. And then I had a medical bill through Providence, and that is also no interest on that one. And that is in August, it was at $2,313.65. My medical bill is now at $1,831.65. My last credit card is the second Capital One credit card. Okay. This was the one initially that I did not have on my initial debt confession video because I had mentioned Capital One, thought I had mentioned them both. It was just a mistake and a very annoying mistake because I thought I was $11,000 lower in debt. But it's all good. I am tackling the debt. I said initially my goal was to pay off all my debt before I'm 40. But I do have a stretch goal of paying off debt between 1.5 years to 2 years. So that will essentially be before I'm 40. And then I'll have like a year or two to just really focus on saving my money to invest, to buy a home, to do other things to help me get out of corporate because the goal was to become debt free and get out of corporate before I'm 40. So my Capital One started off at $11,893.52, and it is now at $10,709.93. So going into 2025, let's see the total amount of debt that I will have.
Assets, investments, cash flow, lost savings. I'm wealthy, no changing. Yeah, I'm deaf.
Okay. I am going into 2025 with $56,378.72 in debt. Total amount of debt, which is very strange because last on my debt confession video, my total debt was $56,509. Again, that was not including the credit card that I somehow managed to leave out. So I paid off, I guess maybe about $11,000 to $12,000. Let's see that exact amount. So 56,378 and 72 cents. Let's minus that from 68,402.52. So I've paid off a total amount of $12,023.80 since August. Okay. So you guys, I am very hopeful first of all, I'm proud of myself. I did not start off with what are we celebrating today. So I will do that now. I am celebrating paying off $12,023.80 since August in debt. Let me know what you are celebrating in the comments so we can all support each other on this up and down emotional journey of being on a debt-free journey. There have so many things that happen. Like I said, last week, my car broke down. We may lose a job, have to incur more debt on the debt-free journey. Unexpected expenses, emergencies. There's so many things that can happen on a debt-free journey. So I am really proud of this number. I'm going in with a total of $56,378.72. Now, I do have a goal of paying off all my debt in 2025. I think with my newfound side hustle that I found last month, we're doing No Spend November with Uber Eats And if I get a new job to increase my salary, I think this is doable. But if it has to be a year and a half, I'm okay with that. Ultimately, that still is meeting my goal of becoming debt free before 40. Now, I guess maybe let's just go over. So, I'm really proud of the progress I've made. But to be honest, it has not always been easy. It can be exhausting sometimes with trying to juggle work, side hustles, cutting back on expenses, not being able to do certain things that you normally do with entertainment, eating out. So being disciplined in that aspect. There's a lot of different things that we have to deal with. There were months when I felt like I wasn't making any progress at all, when I felt discouraged, especially when I noticed about this credit card. Life threw some curveballs my way. And, honestly, we just have to adjust our plans and pivot. We know that God is working everything out for the better good. And I've just been budgeting with grace and learning how to just flow with my finances. Now, with me budgeting with grace, that does not mean to not hold myself accountable or to not be disciplined. But if there is a mistake, if I overspend or something, just saying that it's okay. We don't have to be so hard on ourselves all the time. So we have those unexpected expenses and temptation to spend, the emotional toll that this journey can take on you. Debt can feel very heavy. It's like constantly hanging over our heads, the anxiety of sometimes when you're having to live paycheck to paycheck, of having all this debt, not having the security in a job, not knowing at any time you can be let go. So it's that constant debt, inflation, things going up. You can just feel very unmotivated and discouraged. So my next step is to make a plan for to tackle this debt in 2025. I will be filming that tomorrow and doing my debt strategy so I could have a blueprint and a plan going into 2025 so I know exactly what needs to be done. And I think with me just getting back on my debt free journey, tracking my expenses, doing my paycheck budgets, cash only, cash stuffing, cutting back on expenses. The main, most important thing to me, in addition to paying off this debt, is I have built healthier money habits again. And that is really helping me stay focused on my short term and long term financial goals. As I mentioned in the beginning, my goal is to become 100% debt free, to quit my corporate job. I have been wanting to do that for a long time, for years, but did not always write out a plan. And I think that's where I really went wrong. So now I'm changing all of that. And there's one thing that I've learned, and that is small, consistent actions really do add up over time. That's why I like to celebrate what are we celebrating at the beginning of my videos, because I know those small wins is what really builds the momentum to get to our big wins and paying off debts or whatever our goals may be. So that's why I like to celebrate. One of the reasons why I like to celebrate that. But looking ahead, my next goal is to tackle this 56,000 in 2025, depending on my job situation, side hustle situation. You never know. God can bless me with unexpected things and financial increases. So maybe I could pay this off in a year, but maybe it will have to be a year and a half. Either way, I am okay with that. I'm going to increase my extra debt payments by continuing to do Uber Eats and getting an increase on my job, a salary increase on my job. I'll also be looking for ways to continue to bring in more income. And of course, I will keep refining, modifying, pivoting my budget when needed. Every month brings new lessons, and I am determined to keep learning and growing through this process. I am also continuing to educate myself through reading financial books on YouTube, watching financial videos, podcasts, whatever, because I want to make sure that this time when I am 100% debt free, I never go back into debt, right? So the more I learn and continue this process, the more that I feel like I can retain to just become more financial literate and not get back into debt. That's the goal, because the ultimate goal is to quit our job and really focus on our purpose and why I was created. So I hope this motivates you to either do your debt confession video, know that you are not alone if you are having some challenges on your debt free journey. Let me know in the comments how much you owe in debt and what is your official number, what is your official amount of debt, and what is your time length to pay that off. Let's discuss in the comments. Also, let me know what you are celebrating in the comments. So that is where I'm at on my debt free journey. Progress is not always linear, but every step forward is a win in my book. If you are on your own debt free journey, I would love to hear about your progress, challenges, wins in the comments below. Let's really cheer each other on and be encouraging to each other. Some of us have support, some of us do not. We never know what everyone is dealing with. So the more that we can just be kind and encouraging each other, we never know what support could do to a person's debt-free journey. And if you found this video helpful or relatable, please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with someone who might need a little motivation to tackle their debt. Remember, we are in this together. We are building community to where we can all support each other, and we are all on a common goal to become debt-free. Until next time, stay focused. Let's stay disciplined. Let's not overspend for the holidays, Christmas that's coming up, and keep pushing forward to our goals. You got this. I got this. We got this. Thank you so much for your time today and watching my video, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.
Budgets of freedom. That's how we do. That's how we do. Budgets of freedom. That's how we do. That's how we do. Budget of freedom.